Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Jennifer Long from Sew a Story. We are live, back on our Sew a Story Studio Lives. I'm so happy to be here. I am going to open up the comments here, so just give me 30 seconds to do that. The chat. Okay, I've just opened up the chat. You're welcome to say hello and where you are from. So excited that you are here. We missed last week because I was traveling, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I also have a table full of stuff that I want to share that I'm sewing and working on. I want to hear what you are sewing and working on. And we're just going to have a fun Tuesday live chat. So, my promise to you this year in 2026 is at this time, we always go live, real live, where I can see and interact with you. So say hello, and I will say hi back, and we'll just share what's on our hearts and our minds and our sewing tables. So welcome everyone. I'm Jennifer Long from Sew a Story. Oh, we've got Margaret here. Good morning. Hi, Margaret. So happy that you are here. She's joining us from Instagram. We have people coming from Instagram, YouTube, Facebook page, and Facebook group. So wherever you're joining us, comment, and I can see some of them here and some of them over here. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so happy January, everyone. I feel like I am a little bit behind because I was away last week. And I'll tell you a little bit about that trip because it was pretty spectacular. And I feel really fortunate to have had that opportunity, but which did mean we missed our lives. So my promise to you is that in 2026, we will always be live at this time, unless I'm really ill or someone that I love is really, really ill, or I can't do it because we're away. Otherwise, we will always be here, and we put it up on a calendar. So if you haven't, if you go on Sew a Story or on our newsletter, we always do a monthly calendar, and it shows you kind of like the big highlights of what's happening because we've got quite a bit of stuff happening that's really fun. And so it shows you when all the lives are. And there's actually like some new things that are happening. It shows you the patterns that are happening and any other kind of fun things. Oh, we've got Sharon here as well. Hello, or Andrea. Andrea's from Sharon. Oh, hello, Andrea. So welcome to be here. I'm happy that you are here. All right. So a couple things that I want to share with you. Let's start with like some free stuff, shall we? So I am participating in the Riley Blake Designs Block Challenge. So, oh yes, Anna has all these fancy things she did here for us today. Thanks, Anna. So the Riley Blake Designs Block Challenge is totally free, completely free, and it is really, really a fun challenge. This is my I don't know, fourth or fifth year participating as a designer. So that means one of the blocks inside this block challenges was designed by yours truly. But also it has 20, I have to remember 21 blocks, I forget, by all kinds of designers from Riley Blake. And I'm sewing along with Riley Blake every single week. They usually do 3 blocks a month, and then they have a week to catch up, which is kind of like a nice, easy pace. And it goes for 4 months. You can join now or anytime. You can even go back and join with the blocks. It's kind of a nice if you want to just use up some stash that you have. But I am sewing in Thumbelina, of course. And so I'm going to just share with you last week's block. So last week's block was designed by Lori Holt, and it has lots of little pieces in it. And I took some opportunity to fussy cut. So you can see in the center here, it kind of has like a square and a square and a square, kind of a pineapple block feel. But I did this little mouse from the Thumbelina. I fussy cut her in there, that little sewing mouse, and I'm really kind of like smitten with this block. So these are all 9.5 unfinished blocks, so 9-inch finished blocks. And Riley Blake will give you a setting for them as well. I always do a different setting. And I'll share it with you at the end if you want to. I am going to use this color palette, like the Thumbelina color palette, and I make some that are lots of colors in them, and I make some that are a little bit more tonal. And then at the end, I have a lot of fun. Oh, look how it's sitting on me. Then at the end, I have a lot of fun. I always do some kind of an ombre design, and I never know what it's going to be because I don't really plan it out. I just have a lot of fun. And I usually do make my block in at least two different kind of colorways, sometimes three. So, so that's kind of fun. And then I just like play with the layout. I'll share it with you, and it's usually a pretty easy layout because if you know me, you know I don't really love sashing. I love piecing, and then I just kind of want to get it together after that. And then I love quilting. So I usually just kind of put it together in a really beautiful layout. And I do usually play with like the border colors, so it really feels like ombre. So I can't wait to show you as it's kind of coming along. If you're stitching along with us, let me know. So this is Riley Blake Block Challenge. This is today's block. It doesn't come out in for another hour yet, but I'm going to show you here. This is, I think it's Amy Smart's. Yes, Amy Smart's block. Adore Amy Smart, just so you know, if you don't know her. She is Diary of a Quilter. She's a sweet, dear friend of mine. And it's so fun. I mean, all the Riley Blake designers are such good friends. So those are the first two blocks. Then I always save them with the instructions, which are a free download. You can see everything on the blog that Anna was sharing there. And I just sort of save them in a box. Actually, this is what I have here. It's just like a scrapbooking box. I have lots of these because I feel like they're perfect for it. And then I just like, once I make them with, I leave the instructions so I know which one it is in case I need to like lay it. But I usually just do a very free form layout. I put it in there, close it up, and then I keep sewing along. So this way I don't lose any of my blocks, and they're all in here and ready to go when we do setting. So I won't necessarily talk about it every week. I might on these lives if you'd like to know. But I'll do at least once a month. We'll like do a touch base on how we're doing. And I am doing a blog post every month or every week on the blog. So you can see what fabrics I've used if you want to sew with Thumbelina as well. Or if you just want to get inspired by a different colorway. Riley Blake shows it in confetti cottons, which is solids, and also in their basic batiks. So it's kind of fun to see it in the collection. So that's the first thing, nice and fun and free. The second things that I wanted to talk about that are so exciting is, let me just put this on mute, do not disturb. Okay. Okay, we're live. So the second thing I wanted to talk about that is brand new and exciting is if you are here and you are already in our Modern Ragdoll membership, maybe give me a heart or raise your hand so I know, because I don't know if you saw it last night, but I am sharing something exciting that is my goal for 2026, and that is to like bring all of us together. So we've done in our memberships before off-site communities, and what I mean about that is like Facebook communities, which have been wonderful to sort of like grow together, but it's kind of feels always to me like a little bit disjointed because you go over to the membership site and get your patterns and get your inspiration and watch your videos, then you have to go to like a different app to like communicate about it. And so this year we have lots and lots and lots to do, but I just decided that like this, just to stop waiting for everything to be perfect, because that is like a fault of mine that I don't want to like, put everything out until every single thing is perfect. And I thought just open up the community on the app and it will grow with us. So we already have 200 plus people in there from our Modern Ragdoll membership. It's a community that's like a membership that's already in existence, but I'm opening up this community right on the platform. And I'd love to know if you got the tag. I did tag everybody. And the other exciting thing is that we are going to go live every month in the Modern Ragdoll membership, which we haven't done since I think before COVID. So before COVID, we had the membership and I was going live so regularly inside there. And then during COVID, I had younger children than we do now and had to like stop that because I was, helping school them and everything else. And we just never kind of got back into it. And I miss it a lot. So this is the year. We're going to be doing a monthly live, and I know there's been some questions. The doll this month is Faye. I've seen some of her being stitched already. So this is a community where you can go and share your doll that you've made this month or last month. We even have a couple of fun things that there'll be prizes if you post. One time in a quarter, 3 times in a year, kind of fun things like that we're going to give prizes out for. But this is the Faye doll. She has lots of fun things. And I think there was some question that came through about her hair, which I am going to show it live. Like I thought, let's just do it. If we have questions, we'll just come and do that live inside that community. So it's actually on a Zoom link. You don't have to have your cameras on, but if you want to, it's a great way to connect. But we'll spotlight mine so that I can show and teach, and then we'll show recordings too. So I am over the moon excited about it. If you are excited about making dolls this year as well, you are welcome to join us. So you can join us at modernragdollmembership.com or modernragdoll.com, and that is us at Sew a Story. And this is where we make a doll every single month together. And we are going to be adding sewing patterns as well as machine embroidery patterns. We had done that previously again before a long time ago, but we've been getting requests for it, so they are coming. We're just tech editing some of the sewing patterns right now, so they should be getting there soon. So that's really exciting to share. Okay, let me know if you have any questions about that. I'll just put Faye over here. And other things I want to talk about. Okay, so we've got a free quilt along happening, and that is Spool Full of Charm. So there is a video every single week. It's totally free on the YouTube channel. If you can grab your pattern from your favorite quilt shop, by all means, go ahead. Love if you support your favorite quilt shop and get your fabric for it there as well. This pattern is so fast and easy because it's fussy cut. So, and just like kind of big pieces and kind of just stitch and flip and straight. So it really is really easy to sew. And I love it, because it is a chance to fussy cut. So the cool thing about this quilt that's so special is that you might not know, but those fussy cut squares, this quilt I designed for a book panel, actually. So it's designed to be a cotton book panel, this yardage right here, like this. But I was like, I just love this art in here and the story, and I want to see it on the wall or on a quilt, and I want to like tell the story in a quilt. So you can actually buy 2 of these panels, one to make the book. You can get one to make this little book here. We'll talk about that in a second, but the other one to make this quilt. Now, of course, you don't need this panel to make this quilt. You can fussy cut any of your favorite fabrics, but that is the thought behind that quilt and why it was designed. Okay, so Margaret is saying, it is so hard to locate your fabric line. Guess I'm my own quilt shop, so I guess I'll open my own quilt shop. Yes, I love it, Margaret. She says, I guess I'll open my own quilt shop so I can get all the pretty fabric. I love it. I'm behind you, Margaret. You go for it. Follow your dream. I will support you and lift up your shop 1,000%. Yeah, we don't have this kitted, but I know we wanted to get enough panels. I actually bought 3 bolts myself of this. So we do have some yardage of this if you want on the website. I don't know, Anna, if you have the link for this book panel. This is actually, so it's called the Thumbelina like book panel. So, oh yeah, there she has it. So you can actually get this panel from us, but I would prefer if you could get it from your favorite shop first, because I always want to support shops. So Margaret, if you end up opening up a shop, I will support your shop and send people to you. But just because I wanted to be able to have this, we're also doing a couple of events this year that we haven't done before. We're really excited. So we'll be doing like, just be able to like be at an event and have a couple of things. So this was really special. And I knew we were doing this quilt along. So if you wanted to grab this, you can. And you can do a couple of things with it. Is you can make this book. So you could grab yourself 2 of these, because this actually had a free sew along as well that we did with it. And I did a video for you as well, so you could see how to make this story. Now, this story is one that me and my girls, who are almost 18 and almost 15, wrote together. And it is like a meaningful story. It is actually about Thumbelina, who wants to sew, and she wants to come into your sewing room and stitch at night and help out, but she feels that she can't really get things accomplished. Oh, sounds like Jennifer by herself. So what she does is actually like invites all of her friends. She invites like Dash and Bramble and all of her friends, Faye, and she also invites like all the other animals, the crickets and the rabbits, and the quilt comes together in no time at all. And it really is true to our life, but it's kind of told in a story. So that is a really fun story. We wrote it. It's an original story, and all the illustrations are done here as well. And so it's kind of based on Thumbelina, but it's a twist for sure. And that's why this quilt, I actually just cut off the words and use this block to create the quilt. So it's kind of like 2 for 1. You'll have to, if you're going to make the book, you need the whole panel. So you'll need to get 2, but super fun. It also has a little bookmark that it comes and this cute tab. And I know we've talked about it on here before, but I can't say it enough that people like that when we sew for others, especially when we sew for children, I feel like there's nothing else in the world like that, especially in this day and age. I'm just going to talk about this because I'm so passionate about it, but especially in this day and age where there's so much digital everything. And I mean, I feel it with my own children, like playing video games and watching television or their phones, reading on apps on their phones, different things, searching, typing at school on their computers, that like, it's so nice to get back to just, well, number one, reading from something. And number two, the tactileness of it, and then layer on top of all of that, the handmade part of it. And that is something that I discovered. I knew it in my head, but I discovered it when my own children were little, that they treated things so differently when they were handmade, and they knew that there was love. So when you can make this for someone, there's something at the end where it says this story belongs to, and it's made with love. So I really encourage you to write with a marker on here or hand embroider, machine embroider, however you want, because there's nothing like making something for somebody else that they can feel cared for and loved, whether it's a little book like this or the free quilt along that you can get like this, and you can use that panel. So that's happening right now. The videos come out every Wednesday. It's just 4 weeks, and like this quilt is easy, you guys. I'm kind of far away from it, so it looks smaller than it is. So when I'm here, you can kind of see. I think it's like, I have the pattern here. It's 57 by 59, which is a really nice size. And it's just like, I actually have it like showing on a wall by a crib here, but you can have it in your sewing room. You can just make a block. So you don't even have to use these fabrics. The pattern itself, that I just love patterns. So the pattern itself is just a really fun. So, and kind of a nice way in January to get like our sojo, like our sewing mojo back, isn't it? Because you kind of feel this push before the holidays to get all this stuff done and make, and then January comes and you're kind of like, what should we work on? So that's what I'm working on. I'm sewing a couple of them, as you can see, and that's really fun. If you are a Pattern Club member, so you'll have to get your pattern somewhere. You can just you can print it and download the PDF. It's a purchase pattern on our website. You can also get this pattern at your favorite quilt shop like we talked about. But if you are a Pattern Club member, you can download this pattern and the craft pattern of the month. And the craft pattern is actually exclusive in the membership this month. So the Pattern Club is an amazing little club. All we do is just share a quilt pattern and a craft pattern. We actually did a survey in the club last year because the club's been around for quite a while, and we asked them what they wanted. Do they still want a quilt and craft pattern? And everyone, like, there was such a big response. Everyone was like, yes, we love all these patterns, and they want them because it's really the price of one pattern, but you get 2 and you can choose which one you want or save them for later. So, there's a community there too and everything. The craft pattern that you can only get inside this month, inside there is mushroom pillows. So this is like one of the mushrooms. There's actually 2 mushrooms. You can see that I made these with some of the dolls. It's kind of great like on a reading nook. So I feel like this goes really good with this because, you know, you can kind of like snuggle up with the mushroom pillows and pretend that you are a small little Thumbelina fairy too. So that's in the Pattern Club. And if you're there, I would highly suggest you download this pattern. It's definitely one you'll want to make. And there's tons of support for it right now as well as the videos that are inside the Pattern Club. Okay, so that's happening. Whew, I feel like I need a drink. How are we doing here? Oh, yes. Oh, hi, Mary. So this is another Mary, and she's saying, I love the embroidery dolls. Oh, yay. Are you part of the membership, Mary? We're so happy to have you here. I love the embroidery dolls, too. I just can't say enough about like them in my heart. There's just, you think, oh, can we keep making dolls for 10 years, different ones? Yes, we can, because they are story filled. There's so many different elements to them. This doll, like this is something we haven't done before. This one's doll, like look at her, the shape of her feet. They're pointed, number one. Normally we do rounded feet. They have little shoes that are just stitched on. She has hair that's actually out of the felt on her instead of like something like yarn, and the braid. I would just get her for the braid, you guys, but this braid is looks like really elf-like, and it's just a piece of fabric, literally, but look how gorgeous it lays on her, and it's assembled or covered with this cover stitch in here, and then she has a flower wreath on top of her head that really makes her look like she's wearing a wreath. So I just think she's so gorgeous, and I'm so happy that you like her. I made her in a different fabric too because they're so easy and quick to make. This is the 6x10 size. This is the 6x10 size. That's an older fabric collection of mine. It's a Little Red Riding Hood one. But that's a 6x10 size, which means that she's a 16-inch doll. But there's actually like a 5x7, 14-inch doll, and 8x12-inch, which is an 18-inch doll. So we'll have to do some thumbelina fun sizes. Okay, a couple other things. Oh, let's talk about felt panels. I have that here. So this is the Thumbelina felt panel. Again, we did a sew along for this before, which is free if you want to go back and watch any of the videos or follow along. How it works is it is a panel. It is packaged like this. It is like 2 yards of fabric. The instructions are printed inside, but I also have like printed instructions, illustrated instructions on the website if you want them. And it's so easy to sew because it's felt. And so literally, you don't have to turn anything. It's all raw edge. You literally just sew and cut. You open it up. There's all these things. Like this is the little house. Let me take this out so you can see properly. This is her little house in the upstairs in the mushroom house. And then here as well, I'll take all of those out, which ends up being the pockets. She's got a bedroom. And of course, she's got a sewing room. And so you can just lays flat. Now, I love this because you can like literally like lay it flat on the floor if you're shopping or at church or anything else, and they don't have to play on the floor. There's pockets everywhere, you guys. We've got pockets on the front with all these dolls inside of them here, pockets on the back, and pockets inside. So it's really like a grab and go kind of a thing. And then the dolls themselves are so easy. You just stitch them if you want to add texture. I show you how to do that as well. You can add sparkle paste so that like they're a little shimmery. You can see I added French knots right here. But there's just like so many cute characters. Don't run the scissors. And just have lots of little fun elements in here. These are just all those friends in the story. Of course, she has a little house as well. Just so many things. And yeah, you can grab this felt panel. I think, Anna, is this the code for it at the top here? Yeah, to the felt panels. And so again, if your fabric shop has them, please support your fabric shop. But if you cannot find them, we did bring a couple of them in just for help for some people if they needed to find them. But Oh, Mary got one of these, but she hasn't started it yet. So she said SEW cute. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So cute and fun. Oh, I lost my, okay, there we go. So cute. It is so cute and fun. And Mary, if you want to, there is on the YouTube channel, like a viewing link, I guess, for felt panels. And there's one for this Thumbelina felt panel, and you can sew along with me. That'll be so fun. And there's also a download on there too. And then the last, I have two more things I want to share. Oh, I hope you've got your tea with you. Do you? How are you guys doing? So fun. Two things I wanted to share was, you can see how we just love to pull everything together. And it's really been just like such a passion to be able to marry my early childhood education degree with design. And design is something that I just love so much and really fills my cup. And to be able to share it in all of these different ways and bring it to life, because one or maybe two or three of them might speak to you. So we like to give you lots of options. And we did have quite a few requests over the years for stuff for children. And this is like nothing new to me. I actually started and ran early years family resource center in our small town for 12 years. And it was glorious and fun. And it really filled my cup, especially when my kids were little. I got to take them as well too. We have 4 children. My oldest is 20 now, just so you know. But so we've been wanting to do this for a while. And I think we found the sweet spot of the perfect mix of how to do this. So I wanted to be able to do something that was quick, easy, gorgeous. I had a beautiful, it turns out lovely, no matter what. Could have multiple ages, so could be more challenging, and would have a few different ways to do this for children. So we have just literally started something called Crafting Connections Together. And it truly is about crafting a connection together with your child. And we have 40 people in there already. This is like the third month. It's crazy. And I'm so proud of it. And if you have children as young as like 2, they can start to color and cut and just print and go. If you have older children that want to sew, they can sew with the paper and felt. And if you have even older children, they can sew with just the felt and the templates. So we have SVG files in there. We have all the things. There's actually like multiple versions of each of the projects. You also get, which is only in this membership, because, children have different interests. You get all of the back crafts, all of the downloads, and we're like quickly building them up in there. So if we have finger puppets or dress up masks or anything else like that we have. So this month we have finger puppets, and they are all of the character friends from Thumbelina. So not the Thumbelina, like all of the little friends like this. So you can make them out of paper. There's little elements to add to them more. You can make them out of felt as well. They're also inclusive like this. So you can just actually fold this piece of paper and cut them out. So you can just go right for the digital membership, and it's really cheap. And you can just grab this and download this or anything else. We're also offering, because not everybody has a colored printer, and sometimes they want that they could order just these once they are in the membership. So you'll still need to be in the membership, but they could actually have those as well, the printouts. And there's instructions for everything too, as well as like the little pocket house. So this is like the house that you make, and then you can actually store them all inside of there. So like this is all of the pages from just this month, all of these different characters in here. Like there's so many, they're so cute. So, and they're shown in multiple ways and everything else too. So like this is the little grasshopper. Oh my goodness. So that's called Crafting Connections. And the last thing I wanted to share with you today is a product that I designed with ThermoWeb. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before, but it's called Sparkle Paste. And one thing that people maybe don't realize is that for each collection, I do curate the colors, because there's 13 colors right now. Woo! In Sparkle Paste. And what is Sparkle Paste? It is like little jars of different colored sparkle, kind of like glue, if you think of them like fabric glue. And what's amazing about them is that they actually heat set. So what you do is you can just paint them on your fabric, or you can use a stencil like this. Oh, look, Anna, she told me she was going to surprise me with all of these, and you are, Anna. The Sparkle Paste bundle here has all those colors, and then it has this little stencil on here. So if you don't feel like you want to just paint on there, you can go ahead and like use this here. You can see how the stencil, it has sewing machines and little birds and all the different little characters from Thumbelina on here. And these kind of go together. That's what this is. Lots of shops are carrying this as well too. So like I always really want to say, please support your shops. But if you can't find it, this is great for, you can do it on paper and it just dries. You can do it on fabric or felt, these felt panels. And what's so amazing is that once it dries, you just need 30 minutes to dry. Put a pressing paper on top, and you can heat set it with your iron, which means you don't have sparkles everywhere, and you can actually put it through the wash. So that is something like completely innovative. I wanted sparkles. I love sparkles, but I wanted them to not be all over the house, or to be on a quilt, or have a child come in afterwards and help me add a little bit of like extra fun details on things, but then not have it laying around like sparkles around the house after that. So Sparkle Paste, you don't need a lot. You just need a tiny bit, which is why they're not huge jars. And you just need a tiny bit, and a little bit of sparkle goes a long way. And they come in different colors, and you can just be as creative as you like. So that is all that I am working on this month and this year. And we wanted to talk about what our goals were for 2026. I alluded to the fact of them a little bit before when we had a surprise live on December 30th. So you can always go back and listen to that. But I'll just tell you here is that my goal for 2026 is to connect more people together, not only with myself, but with each other. And to do that through really through implementation of creativity. So I feel like what brings us together is creating. And, we can get communities in so many different places, but we can't get connection in so many places where people are kind of working on the same thing. And supporting each other with other ideas. So like, for example, just opened up the Modern Ragdoll community, and someone posted there the Faye doll, and she did use these same fabrics. So that's amazing. But she actually added just a little bow right here. So good. It's so good. And I was like, that is so smart. And so it's just like getting ideas from each other like that. In all of these different avenues that really help kind of inspire us and almost give us permission to be creative and be really excited and just to share. So my hopes and dreams for 2026 is to facilitate that kind of creativity and inspiration between all of us. And so I'm committing to this live at this time every Tuesday that I am able, which will be the majority of them, and lives in multiple of the clubs that are just for those clubs, so we can really connect on a deeper level together and share some of those ideas and tips and tricks, and also to provide a platform with high quality, excellent patterns, beautifully designed fabrics. I hope for you that you love, that tell a story, and that really make you smile when you create or sew, as well as inspire others when you gift it, if you gift it. So that is my goal, my sewing goals and my creative goals for 2026. If you're watching this now or in the replay, I'd love to hear about yours. Thank you so much for being here. I adore you. We're going to have an amazing 2026 together, and I cannot wait to see as always, what you create this year. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. Bye, all my Marys and Margarets, and Andrea was here, and Sharon, and all of the people that were here that commented. If you didn't feel comfortable commenting, I can see that there's lots of people still. So I really appreciate you being here. Thank you from my heart, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. Okay, bye for now, everyone. See you soon. I hope you have a lovely day.